greater good was neither good nor great. All they had was bad and a bigger hate. What they create, some people will think is their fate. So I guess for them it's way too late to try to turn back the tidal wave that is heading our way. To try to turn back the tidal wave that is heading our way. The things I say that sound insane someday will come to pass. And until that day, you'll hear them laughing away. But we will see who's laughing last. Although I know that he who laughs last will be laughing alone. Although I know that he who laughs last, he will be laughing alone. I will be laughing alone. Carefully we who see must plant the seeds. Hopefully someday they will see. Carefully we who see must plant the seed. Hopefully someday they will see. Carefully we who see must plant the seed. Hopefully someday we will see. That's how it goes. Hopefully someday. That's the part I was trying to do. Sorry, I fucked it up. Thanks for coming back to watch my show. I had to get my bearings straight. So they're straight now. The guitar's still out of tune. I've got the blue filter on because it's a blue moon, dig? What the fuck? Anybody else get the impression that the term once in a blue moon, that it meant like it's kind of a fluke, it's like it happens once in some fucking odd, it's like you never know when it's hardly ever happens, basically. Once in a blue moon, Well, that's a dumb way to think of that terminology there, because once in a blue moon basically means annually. Once in a blue moon, once a year? Yeah, because there's one blue moon every year. Maybe it's a different month every year, I don't know, because our fucking calendar's all jacked up. That's why there is a blue moon in the first place. But it's just funny how that figure of speech has come to sort of be thought of as it's like this unpredictable thing that hardly ever happens, where it's, well, no, actually it happens once a year. That's a different, when you say once in a blue moon, you might as well be saying, oh, it's annually. It just happens at a different time every year, but it happens once a year. That's not, what I thought once in a blue moon meant. And once I finally realized that a blue moon happens once a year, because we have a 13-month lunar cycle, but we have a 12-month calendar, so we're all derp. We took a month out. I heard it was the month of Sol, S-O-L, that was between June and July. And I think that I like that. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm just going to go ahead and believe it. Because I'm a truther. I'm just kidding. Well, I am a truther, but I'm gonna believe it too. But I don't know if it's true. I'm just telling you that's what I heard. But the 13th month obviously would be like, you know, April 1st would be the beginning of the year because it's when spring starts. So April 1st, and then you'd have what comes after April? May showers, second month, right? And then this is hard to deal with. May would be 2 instead of 5. And then you'd have June, which would be 3 instead of 6. Then you'd have Sol, which would be 4. July, which would be 5. August, which would be 6. September, which is sept means 7, so that would be easy to remember. Oct means 8, so October would be easy to remember. Nov means 9, so November would be easy to remember. Dec means 10, so December would be easy to remember. January would be 11. February would be 12. March would be 13. And then April Fool's Day would be the beginning of the year. So what I'm saying is they removed 1 month from our calendar, so it's all jacked up now. But it just so happens they removed the month of Sol, which means sun. Soul. I could go on for an hour about all that, but it's like basically they took the soul out of our life. They removed the soul from time. So they just were like, we're just gonna take the soul out of your calendar. Now there's no soul. Deal with it. So now we have terms like once in a blue moon, where it used to just be once in the same time every year. There wouldn't be a blue moon, actually. What am I saying? It wouldn't even be a figure of speech if we just stayed on the normal calendar that makes sense. But now we're on like a solar calendar, but we're talking like solar cycles. That's like, it's a different situation. I mean, yeah, we have the daily cycle, but it's like, that's just night and day. If it was the sun has different cycles. It's on. I haven't gone that deep into my research on this one, but I know that the lunar cycles are probably a better way to base your calendar. And like with all the eclipses were factored into it too. I've seen the lunar calendar, the way it's set up, and it looks like it makes so much more sense. But then they removed the soul from our calendar or whatever. What I think is funny about our timeline is that it counts back to 0, the year 0, and then it goes and then continues in negative years, as if like, from year 0 on, it's like that's when we became civilized, and we didn't, we finally started learning how to keep track of time after how many. We're supposed to think that we've evolved, it's been fucking hundreds of thousands of years. It was like we just recently started realizing there's a pattern where there's like a yearly come on, man. BC, it stands for before calendar, backwards calendar, because we were counting down to 0. They want you to believe that we just didn't have there wasn't some unified system that we all functioned on, I think is what it was. Because now there's still people that have a different year that they're like, it's like the year. I think if we're going by the lunar calendar, there's these people that have actually done the research to trace it back. Allegedly, I don't know how they even did this. I wish I could remember how they did this, but by using the lunar calendar and based on some other historical shit that they've figured out. I mean, I've seen the presentation. It seems to make sense, actually. But they trace back 6,200 years. We'd be like on 6,210 or something right now. Something like that. I don't know if that's an exact year, but that's what they say. It would be the year 6,200 and something. The lower 200s. And that's the beginning of time. Really? I have a feeling that time goes back a lot further than that. In fact, maybe it just goes back and just keeps going. I don't know that there has to be a beginning necessarily. It doesn't really make sense that there would be if we're going by I mean, it does make sense that there would be. I mean, where were you before you were born, though? Time was existing before you came along, or was it? I don't know. I mean, it's kind of subjective in that way. Time needed to be invented because the eternal consciousness, God, when you have eternal consciousness, it's torture. You got to have something to you got to narrow it down a little bit. Without time, nothing has any significance, If you're just got eternal consciousness, and like you need to do something to where it's like sort of narrowed down a little bit to where, because with time things have significance now. We have a certain amount of time that we're here, experiencing this, and within that period of time, it's a lengthy period of time, but it's like, there's things that happen along the way, and you can use you age, and you're learning, and you're going through this life, and if it was just endless and there was no end or no beginning, then really nothing would have any significance. You wouldn't have any. I mean, it would just get to the point where it's like, well, I don't know. I mean, what would it mean? There wouldn't be time, if there was no beginning or no end. Time would cease to exist, I would think, if there was no beginning or end. Or am I thinking about it wrong? Would we just continue to age for forever? I don't know, man. There would still be, I don't know. I think that's what this system is. We're in a system of time. Earth, the whole thing has been set up as a means to keep track, as a means to focus the consciousness, the eternal consciousness that we're all part of, God. And it was to sort of subdivide the God consciousness, to some, I mean, to maybe to some endless amount of separate little souls that we all have our own little perspective on this big thing that's happening that's just God. But like, we're sort of rediscovering ourselves. We're just trying to give this experience some meaning. Try to like create something where things have significance, where it's not just this eternal consciousness forever, always been there. Like, what do you do with that? You gotta narrow it down a little bit, and like, so there's got to be limits. Otherwise, there's no. It's kind of like the country of Israel. They can't really be considered a country because they refuse to declare any boundaries. So it's like they're just swelling out, just kind of taking what they can. Oh, we're just going to swell out forever. If there's no boundaries, I mean, you can't even really be considered a country, And so it's the same thing with time. If there's no boundaries, then there really isn't any time. I'm not making any sense, but I tried. After calendar. Why isn't it AC, BC, and AC? No, because it's not after calendar. It's like during the calendar. So it's AD. No, what? So it's before calendar, and then what is a good phrase for what we're doing now? Before calendar, about calendar, and I call it backwards calendar because really BC, we're talking in reverse, because it's like, if you go back 500 BC, the next year would be 499 BC. So it's like the years are getting lower. The number's getting lower, working back to zero. That'd be a strange time to be alive in the year 500, because in the next year it'd be 499. You're like, oh man, I hope you would live a long time, because you'd be like, I want to get to the year zero. This is going to be crazy. What's going to happen? The year zero is going to be so exciting. And it was exciting. I guess if it was when Jesus was born. That's what we're supposed to think, right? I mean, it's pretty silly for people to sort of dismiss Jesus and or just like scoff at the idea. When it's like, dude, like our entire fucking world, the human population is basically functioning around this timeline that was based on his birth. Christ being born. Yet they don't teach it in school. I remember reading the history books. I mean, we studied the Romans and the Greeks, and they don't talk about Jesus. He's not in your history book. No, you got to go to church to learn about that. But but did he live or not? I mean, we base our timeline on his life. I mean, oh no, that was just, no, dude. We know that's what the fucking year zero is all about. You can't argue that's not based on Christ. I mean, what do they say? Because I think it's true that our timeline is based on when Christ was born. That's what we all know. But what is the mainstream understanding of it? Why does our timeline start, right when we think Christ was born? Why does it happen? Because they don't teach you Christ in school. They don't teach you about Jesus in history. The significant thing that happened that was like why we based our timeline. Oh, there was some other something else happened then that they based the timeline on because they don't want to talk about Jesus. That's hands off. We can't talk about that in class. They don't teach you that in history. No, no, Jesus. Just, but what? I mean, they have to. I don't remember learning about Jesus in history. Did they teach you about Jesus in history? Did you learn about Jesus in history? I think I've asked you that. No. So I mean, how do they sidestep that? I just don't get it. It's such a significant piece of
Yeah, the
history.
only thing that we've really heard about Jesus was the timeline. Yeah.
But yeah, so did they mention him then?
I mean, if you took history class and you were talking about a period, it's before Christ, or yeah,
Okay, so they mention Jesus
that would
when
be in
it's
the timeline,
when
and
they have
that's
to,
fine. But that's the only
but they
mention.
don't bring it up when he
They don't
actually.
say why it's called that, or
Oh, brother,
yeah,
that's really revealing. I mean, because basically they're telling you that this didn't happen,
right. But yeah,
or like it's not worthy of mentioning or something. I think what they would say if you cornered them on it, they'd be like, "Well, it's like we can't talk about religion in school or whatever." Well, it's just a piece of history. I mean, so people that become religious figures or whatever it is, or they get relegated to the historical. Basically, Jesus didn't want to be a religion. He was speaking out against it, from what I was understanding. Like he was just like, no, you don't need a book. You don't need fucking a priest. You don't need to be like living by these fake rules that have been created for you and by these tyrants. You can just live on earth and spread good words and good love and good positive things. The kingdom of heaven is within you. It's this whole materialistic, and this idea of being ruled by people and this being told that you need to have someone to like go to in order to like connect with God. Like you need to go see the priest and then he talks to you, about God, or like you talk to him and then he'll talk to God for you. This kind of thing. And then to have like usurped Jesus as being now he's the guy you got to talk to go to God. I guess he did say you can't get God like can't get to God throughout like I am the way to God. I mean, what did he say? Is like no one gets to God
yeah.
unless through me. But I think that was
I think
just
they interpreted
I think
wrong.
that was just stretching his because it doesn't jive with his
I think you
message.
don't get through God unless through the way He's showing
The
you.
way he's
So
showing you,
yeah,
yeah. But I think his words have been misconstrued for the purpose of creating a religion around him. They wanted to usurp him and continue controlling people with religion. Where I think his whole movement was more about like peace and like peace, just the good stuff, the positive stuff, and being, living without sin, living without, you know, all the seven deadly sins, remorse and scorn and fucking whatever they are, pride, fucking vanity, gluttony, all the things that we know intuitively are sinful, just to try to keep your soul pure, and that's how you get closer to God. It makes sense. It's a pretty simple teaching, and for that to have been turned into a religion, well, it's not really what he was basically, I think he was saying like you don't need to go to talk to a priest to be able to communicate with God. He's within you. He was saying the things that we all know intuitively, but then it's been contorted into this thing, and I don't want to speak bad about Christians. That's not what I'm trying to do. I mean, they're closer to being. I think the Christians are in a lot of ways they have good reason to believe what they do. I mean, I think but I just think that the Bible isn't the end all be all when it comes to like spirituality. You gotta look at it like it's a book that was written by people that were maybe inspired by God.
there's a little pieces
But I don't believe God is just like a I think we created people are trying to create God in their own image. It's like I think it's not like a physical being and sitting on a throne somewhere. I don't think that's what it is.
Oh,
And I can't imagine a God that free from to be free from sin is to be closer to God. And I think to create something and then expect it to worship you and then have all these weird little things you gotta like. There's a lot of stuff about the Bible I disagree with. I think I don't think God expects worship. Maybe just you know just like respect of the what we're going like to be able to show gratitude to what we're experiencing. That's what just the good things. Like I don't think worship is a good thing necessarily. It's kind of obsessive or like it's sort of there's some you know buying in like it's kind of vain to want something to worship you. I mean, I don't think that's God. I don't think that's God talking. I think it's something else. That's like Lord God talking. But, I don't mean to be blasphemous. I'm just speaking what I think is true. And, like, I don't think God wants you to worship him. I don't even think God wants to judge you necessarily. I think you judge you. And I think you are God. Like, in that sense, you're part of God. We were made in God's own image. I believe that. So be godlike, because we are godlike. We're made in his own image, so it's not like blasphemous to say that we're godlike. We're creators. But I don't think that we created all this necessarily. I think that the consciousness that I think consciousness is God, and I think it's just subdividing, and it's a weird thing. Science would like you to think it's just biological tricks of your biology, your human biology, your gross biology. This is playing this trick on your gross human, trying to make you go and procreate and do gross things so you can impregnate somebody, continue this gross process of life. Science just makes everything gross. Science should just say God is dead, or there is no God. That's what science wants to tell you. Science, this is science. There's no God. That's at the end of every equation. This equals this equals this equals that equals there's no God. God had nothing to do with it. So science is just a buzzkill, and it's bullshit. It should be like, this is how this works in God's creation. That should be at the end of every scientific formula. This is how we know this. We can expect this to happen when we do this here, when working with the physics of God's creation. Let's not get away from that, because that's what we're doing. I mean, we might as well keep it as real and true as possible. To try to just settle on the conclusion that, oh, just everything blew up all of a sudden and then this happened. That's just not. There's nothing. There's no soul there, and it's a dumb story. I mean, you could even say everything blew up because God did it. And that's kind of what they say. They're like, well, we request one miracle for all the stuff to get there to blow up in the first place. They can't explain that. So they actually expect one miracle, the science of the day, but they can't have a miracle without God. So what they're saying is, so we need God. So they should just say that at the end of every scientific equation. Okay, well, we know this happens and this pattern occurs and this blah 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 because God. Gotta keep that in there, because if we forget about God, then we're living a life of meaningless. There's no meaning, and it just becomes just materialistic. Like, nobody's ever going to be happy that way. You're never really going to get any sort of satisfaction out of anything. There has to be some soul. You can't just remove the soul from our timeline. You need to keep the soul in the timeline. It worked so good for so long, and now we have things like, oh, once in a blue moon. We wouldn't have a phrase like that if it wasn't for them removing the soul from our calendar. So we got to keep the soul there. We got to remember there's soul, S-O-L, soul, the sun, the source of soul. I think the source of soul could be sun, but I think that God made the sun and the source of soul. I think there's God beyond that. I don't think the sun is God. I don't think Israel. I think Israel sounds like a question to me. Israel is God? Is the sun God? I'd say no. That's the answer to that question. Say no, it's not. So at least they were asking a question and saying, instead of telling me something, this is what God is. It's like asking, Israel? No, he's not. I think it's just something that God made in order to like subdivide this consciousness that is God. I mean, what else would God be? I don't think he would be separate from us in that way. I don't think there's anything else. Like, where else is there to go? There's nowhere else to go but here. This is where we are in God's consciousness. But like, we're just trying to learn something. I don't know what. I think it's just learning. I mean, it seems like you can simplify this whole situation into like, okay, well, there's one of two ways you can go. You can go go away from God and like go towards sin, things that just aren't good. You could live a life of meaningless or just sinful behavior and then just get more and more miserable. Or you could just try to avoid that and get closer to God and good things and love and positive, growth and enjoy the beauty of life versus the alternative. You can go one of two directions. I mean, you could stay like neutral, but I mean that's not really, it's obviously not getting anywhere. But like I think it might be like a game almost where you just keep having to come through and do this all over again until you finally figure that out. Like Jesus was like the example of that happening. He figured it out. And so that's why it was so important. He performed things that are miracles, considered miracles, because he figured it out, and that's why it
Hey,
hasn't been
Paul,
forgotten.
could you get Riley in the tub?
Okay.
His computer didn't go off tonight.
That's why he's not. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. I forget what I was saying. Oh well. Okay, good. Sorry. I'm just playing guitar, but when you're gonna go in, like, let me know. Want to do it in like 5 minutes? All right, 5 minutes. That way I have time to play a song. So this is the Blue Moon special today. But we wouldn't have a phrase like Blue Moon if we just never fucked up our calendar. That's what I was saying. They removed the soul from our calendar. S-O-L, soul. So now it's all jacked up. You better act fast, jackass, last chance to hammer in the brass tacks. No time for lagging, nagging, bragging, dragging ass, or acting like a maniac. Do you wonder why exactly I'm explaining that? Just consider the fact that once you grab your bug up back, there isn't gonna be a way to turn back around, cause this whole thing's gonna come down, that's right. Act fast, jackass, last chance to hammer in the brass tacks. No time for lagging, nagging, bragging, dragging ass, or acting like a maniac. I'm explaining that. Just consider the fact that once you grab your bug up, there isn't gonna be a way to turn back around, cause this whole thing's gonna come down, right? And we will see who's laughing when the place starts collapsing in a free for all. Anything can happen when the shit goes down. So that's the captain. Wherever you are is where you'll be stuck. Yeah, when this place goes belly up, you'll have yourself a damn good plan. When the shit hits a fan. Oh, when the going gets tough, better be clever enough to gotta know what the fuck to do. You're gonna run amok and let the muck run you. Act fast, jackass, last chance to hammer in the brass tacks. No time for lagging, nagging, bagging, dragging ass, or acting like a maniac. Why exactly I'm explaining that? Just consider the fact that once you grab your bug up, there isn't gonna be a way to turn back around, cause this whole thing's gonna come down, that's right. Whole thing's gonna come down, okay. Yeah, the whole damn thing is gonna come down, that's right, right. come down. It's right. Oh, damn thing gonna come down. Once you grab your bug up, there isn't gonna be a way to turn back around, 'cause this whole thing's gonna come down. I'm gonna go get my kid in the bath here in a minute. You're dumping the water out, Raccoony. Why are you so clumsy? It's a dork. You see the raccoon dumping the water out? You see him right there? Oh, you can't really see him, but that's him trying to drink out of the fountain there. We have a little light in the fountain. He fucks it all up. What are you doing, Raccoony? You just have to go wreck everything, dump all the water out, and mess up our fountain. We have pet raccoons and skunks. They love us because we give them food and water and love. Alright, well, it looks like everybody left the show. You don't want to watch the rest of the Blue Moon special? Oh, what should I play? That's not a song. But still running slower than most. But you see, I like to coast. It's just easier on my mind. Easier on my mind. I've always known the answer. It's the questions that were harder to find. Although I know they will resurface, I can feel them creeping back into my mind. I can feel them creeping back into my mind. Feel them creeping back into my mind. I feel them creeping in the nick of time, but there's no such thing as coincidence. It's just easier for you to dismiss that way. But maybe it was meant to be. We'll just have to wait and see. Happily ever after. Once upon a time was nothing where these waves begin, but I know where they will end. Oh, I just wanna ride them. I just get inside them and let them guide me in. Oh, it can take a toll on your soul if you got nowhere to go and there's nothing fun left to do. I know there's only so far you can go before these waves are gonna catch up with you. Out there on that horizon, I can see those waves coming in. Get inside the pipeline, it's a straight line. Every single time. I don't make waves, I ride them. I get inside them and let them guide me in. I don't know where these waves begin. I know where they will end. I just wanna ride them. I just get inside them and let them guide me in. I don't make them, I just take them. Let them guide me in. I don't make waves, I ride them. Get inside them and let them guide me in. I don't know where these waves begin, but I know where they will end. I just wanna ride them, I just get inside them and let them guide me in. I don't make them, I just take them. Down into the big drink where all water does sink down to its own level. Down into the big drink where all water does sink down to its own level. With nothing but half of the full spectrum, positively pure potential gets neglected and rejected while carbon's collected. I get affected, but I still will fly up in your face. I'm high, how are you? Hung up, found to be visibly, physically bone dry. Yeah, physically, visibly, visibly, physically bone dry. That's right. Your fixations are evasive, in the end they just get lost in a stream of like-minded bad ideas that just run off. They're solid matter of fact, like that. Down into the big drink where all water does sink down to its own level. Down into the big drink where all water does sink down to its own level. Way below the notion of my musical emotion that can sit there in the air above your ocean. ocean of despair where collective cynicism, negative organisms are swimming in them. Spare me from the glare, I'm aware you're down there. You're just ambivalent, believing it, blatantly benign. Denied the fun, the punt. Oh, well, floating is better than being sunk. Floating is better than being sunk down into the big drink where all water does sink down to its own level. Down into, don't drink the big drink. Down into the big drink. Down into the big drink. Don't drink the big drink. Rags to riches to riches to rags, rags to riches to riches to rags, rags to riches to riches to rags. The quickest to brag gets a pat on his back, the quickest to pat the back. The cat rich quick, he gets the benefit. No shit, that's what you get. I shit you not. It's a cheap shot. That's what you got. Ooh. Rags to riches, to which is it gonna be? Which one is more wicked? Is it the rag or is it the wicked? Riches, so which is it gonna be? Down into the, down into the, down into the, down into the. Don't drink the big drink. Don't drink the big drink. Down into the, down into the, down into the big drink. I guess drinking the big drink would be like buying the farm. The first bomb drop was a false alarm. No, here we go. The first bomb drop was a false flag, but not a false alarm. The perpetrator bought the bomb, and the victim bought the farm. First bomb drop was a false flag, but not a false alarm. The perpetrator bought the bomb, and the victim bought the farm. Don't break your armchair from too much relaxing. Don't break your armchair from too much relaxing. I like that's a good one. I'm gonna keep that. Don't break your armchair from too much relaxing. I've been running like Forrest Gump. The guitar sounds like shit tonight. It only sounds like this once in a blue moon. I've been running again. I've been running against the rain. Running against the grain. Running against the grain ever since the day I came along, and I'll be running against the grain till my dying day. I've been running against the grain ever since the day I came along, running against the grain. That's my name, that's my claim, that's the way I came. I've been running against the grain. Against the grain, it causes friction, and you know that friction, it starts to burn. And when it burns, you know what's gonna happen. That's when this place is going up in flames. At the end of the game, the end of the game, at the end of the game, I'll still be running against the grain. I'm pushing against the frame, cooking against the flame, swimming against the drain, running against the grain, cutting loose against the restraint, running against the drain. I'll still be cooking against the flame. I'll still be wild against the tame, pushing against the mainframe, cutting loose against the restraint, running against the grain, swimming against the drain, watching it all go down the drain. I'm swimming against the drain. Thanks, Codemizer. I gotta go put my kid in the bath here pretty soon. Try to sneak one more song in. After all the jacks are in their boxes and the clouds have all gone to bed, you can hear happiness staggering on down the street. A footprints dressed in red, and the wind whispers Mary. A broom is drearily sweeping up the broken pieces of yesterday's life. Somewhere a queen is weeping. Somewhere a king has no wife. And the wind cries, Mary. Traffic lights are turning blue tomorrow. Shine on emptiness down on my bed. The tiny island sags downstream, 'cause the life that live there is dead. And the wind screams, Mary. Will that wind ever remember names that it has blown in the past, with its crushed old age and its wisdom, whispers no, this will be the last. And the wind cries, Mary. It's just sucking tonight. The wind whispered, Mary. That was cute.
Forrest.
get the rats. Get the rats, Bingo. Could I ever give this world to you? Could I ever give this world to you? If I had the world to give, I'd give it to you as long as you live. Would you let it fall? Or hold it all in your arms? If I had a song to sing, I'd sing it to you as long as you live. Lullaby, or maybe a soft serenade. Or wouldn't you laugh, dance or cry, or be afraid at the change you made? Maybe I don't have much to give, but maybe I have a song or two. Only if you let me be your world, could I ever give this world to you? Could I ever give this world to you? Could I ever give this world to you? Only if you let me be your world, let me be your world. Could I ever give this world to you? 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 Hey, baby. It's me. Daddy. last song was by Jerry Garcia. God, I miss Jerry Garcia. Oh, I miss him so much. Such a good musician. Such an incredible person. Crazy guy, but just played the most righteous stuff. I love the Grateful Dead. I love them. That band, they really had some shit figured out. What they had figured out was freedom. It was like this. That's the best word I can use to explain the Grateful Dead. Was freedom. And just psychedelic, man. It cuts through. I mean, like, you have to kind of get on psychedelics to really appreciate what the Grateful Dead were doing. It took some time to become acclimated towards it. Like, you had, at first listen, you're like, why is this so special? But you have to let it into your life, and then once you take psychedelics and you start listening to them play live, there's something that happens. It would otherwise be considered magic. It's sort of supernatural. It's really awesome. Every deadhead will tell you the same thing. There's some people that are just deadheads because it's trendy or something, but I don't think it's really like that, though. I mean, it is on a certain level where they're just trying to fit in with people that they know that are deadheads or whatever. It's just typical human nature. But the people that really dive full on into it, take a fucking dive right into a deep dive, you realize there's something about their music that's really special. And it sets them aside from every other band. But it is hard to put your finger on when you're trying to explain it to somebody that doesn't understand it, that wasn't there. It was a special thing. Came to see me last night. I was laying in my bed, dying. Anyone from Saint Angel says the weather down here is so fine, so fine, so fine. Just then the wind came squalling through the door. But who can the weather coming? I just want to have a little peace to die and a friend or two I love at hand. my fever roll up to 105. Roll on up, ain't going to roll back down. Ain't gonna roll back down. One more day I find myself alive. Tomorrow maybe go beneath the ground. Pour me, pour me, pour me. Pour me, pour me, pour me. See here how everything leads up to this day. And it's just like any other day. It goes like this. You see here how everything leads up to this day. And it's just like any other day that's ever been before. As the sun going up and then the sun is going down. Shines through my window and my friends they come around. Come around. Come around. Come around. Well, the people might know, but you know the people just don't care. The people just don't care. The people might know. The people might know, but the people just don't care. That a man could be a man, could be as poor as me. Poor me, poor me, poor me. Take a look at poor Peter lying in pain. Now let's go run and sing. 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 You wanna go run and sing? Let's go run and sing. Let's go run and sing. Let's go run and sing. Do you wanna go run and sing? Let's go run and sing. Let's go, we're gonna go run and sing. See you later, we're gonna go run and sing. We're gonna go run and sing. Just leave you here to die. Have a nice day. Have a nice last day. He didn't die though. It wasn't really the end. I just thought it was. It seemed like he was gonna die, but he didn't die. Well, he did die, but like a long time later. That song was written by Jerry Garcia. It was about his near-death experience he had in 1970, 71. He partied himself too hard and he almost died. His friends all came to like try to nurse him back to health, and it was just a sad sight to see. But he lived through it. But that song was about his experience there where he thought he was going to die. He's like, one more day, I find myself alive. I'll be dead by tomorrow. I'll be dead by tomorrow. I don't know why they called the song Black Peter, because his name isn't Peter, his name's Jerry. I'm sure there's some significance to that, man. I never understood that. Black Peter. Weird. But there is a reference to a guy named Peter in the song, so I guess he's... it's weird. Maybe like his alter ego or something. Interesting. Black Peter by the Grateful Dead. I think it's on their Working Man's Dead album, or maybe not. Maybe it's on their... What is Black Peter on? I think that's on Working Man's Dead. That's a good album, too. It's a great one. It's got High Time on it. That's a great song, too. Oh, I love that song. They had such an interesting style back then. It's like this Americana country sort of style. I don't know how to... Really good, though. Jerry Garcia played pedal steel, lap steel, like pedal steel on that album. It's really good. You told me goodbye. How was I to know? You didn't mean goodbye. You meant please don't let me go. And I was having a hard time living a good life. Well, you know. The wheels are muddy. I don't forget it. The wheels are muddy. Got time. Hey. Now listen here, baby, 'cause you know what I'm saying. We could have a high time, living the good life, the good life. Don't be that way. This thing sounds like dog shit. I was losing time, I had nothing to do, no one to fight, I came to you. Wheels broke down, the leader won't draw, the line is busted, the last one I saw. Wheels broke down, the leader won't draw, the line is busted, the last one I saw. That album's also got a Easy Wind. I've been born that shiny black steel jackhammer, been chipping them rocks for the great highway. Chipping them rocks for from dawn till noon. While I ride, I have my bottle in the other room. What is the words? Live 5 years if I take my time, balling that jack and drinking my wine. Hey, the doctor say I gotta stop balling that jack. If I live 5 years, I'm gonna break my back. Yes, I will. Easy wind rolling across the bayou today. There's a whole lot of women dressed in red on the street today. Oh. And the river keep talking, but you never heard a word it says. Easy wind, easy. Gotta find a woman be good to me, won't hide my liquor, try to serve me tea. I gotta find a woman, gotta find a woman, gotta find a woman, gotta find a woman, gotta find a woman be good to me, won't hide my liquor, try to serve me tea. Cause I'm a stone jack baller and my heart is true, and I give everything that I got to you, yes I will. Easy wind rolling across the bayou today.
Hey, Four,
What?
can you get him in bed or something?
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do.
Me too. He just,
You want me to drag him into bed?
I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing as you, man.
Okay.
I'll try again.
I just tried. He just shines me on.
Yeah, he does the same thing to me.
Okay.
I'll try again. I don't know what to do. I can't like drag him into
I
bed.
know. I don't know what to do either.
Yeah, that's why it's good to have the computer turn off, because he just comes down willingly.
Yeah. Right on. Okay.
I'll try again.
Well, thanks.
Yeah. It's the end of the school year. Don't stress. Moon is rising. Is it up? So you missed my blue moon rant? Dude, you gotta hold on, man. It's a good rant. I'll be right back. wind blowing crosses by the trees. Where's that rat, Bingo? Get the rat. Yeah, you've been following all his movements. Yeah, that's how a good killer works. You gotta stop that thing for a little while, yeah. Find out what he does. Study his movements. Exactly. That's right, Bingo. You're good. You're a pro. Good killer. You're gonna catch that rat. That's what you're gonna do, Bingo. I'm gonna fix that rat. There's a rat in the kitchen, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna fix that rat. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna fix that rat. He's just a rat, but he's big as a squirrel. Yeah, so you need to get that rat. You got something you gotta do right now. Oh, sorry, you get the rat. I'd rather you get the rat. And you can relax and not have rats. Rats in the kitchen. Lobster Larry is all ready to go. Okay, Ryan, I got everything ready for you. Got the worms and the Larry on your bed waiting for you. Okay? So just come to bed so you don't stress out about it. Just be glad that you got the Oh, it's just that Paul didn't have his computer turned off tonight, so he's taking advantage of it. But yeah, he's also taking advantage of our weakness, which is that we're too nice. You tuned into the Blue Moon Special. Ever get the impression that once in a blue moon was a term that meant, well, it hardly ever happens. You know, it's like if somebody says, oh yeah, he stops by, every once in a blue moon. Oh, so it might have been years since you've seen him. I don't know. Once in a blue moon, it could have, I have no idea. What do you mean? Well, maybe once, yeah, it's been a couple of years since I've seen him. That's once in a blue moon, right? But no, that's not what once in a blue moon should mean. Once in a blue moon should mean this. Annually. He stops by annually. That's a regular basis. He comes by once a year. Like Santa Claus. But you never really know what day he's going to be there. But he's going to come by once a year. It's a blue moon. It happens once a year. It's because we got a jacked up schedule. We got a jacked up calendar. Someone came in and said, you're going to fuck up your calendar. They took the soul out of our calendar. Did you know that? We had a 13-month calendar based on the 13 lunar phase, the 13 moons we have per year, because the year is, basically a cold season and a sunny season. And, we have there's like a segue between each of those, but it's basically a cold and warm, and then it's cold again. So there's like a year is just like a big cycle of cold and warm, positive, negative, arc and arc, charged. It's like it's just like the duality of life. So we have the year, which is just a cold and a warm. And throughout that year, we want to break it down even smaller segments. Well, there's 13 lunar cycles. They're all 28-day cycles. Now, because a circle isn't like perfect math, we got like pi and like there's some trippy shit with the circle. It's like so there's gonna be some like loose ends that's kind of straggle off on the stray. There's like an extra couple days, like 360 degrees in a circle. It's like so there's gonna be 365 days. No, there's a few more than that actually. Well, so it's not a perfect circle. It's kind of elliptical. Yeah, because it's tilted. Because you see, when you got something spinning, and the axis of that spin is in reference to something, which would be the sun. If that axis of that spin is tilted away from the sun just a little bit, it's pointing at the sun, but if it was just pointed directly at it, it would just spin evenly. There wouldn't be any tilt, but there wouldn't be any wobble, is what it is. So, but if it's spinning and then it's tilted away from the sun a little bit, so it's spinning, but it's got a, because like if you were to spin a ball on your finger, if the axis isn't in line with your finger would be like the sun or where it's aiming. So if it's not in line with where it's pointing at, now it's going to spin with a wobble, because it's tilted now. So it's wobbling as it spins. And so therefore you're not going to get a perfect circle because it's wobbling. Wobbling. That's what we're supposed to think is happening with the Earth, that it's tilted as it spins around the sun, or as it's orbiting the sun, it's also spinning, and that's why we get a day and night. But the reason we have seasons is because they say because if we're just pointed right at the sun, then the summer would just be like the sun would just be in one spot in the sky all summer until you got on the other side of the sun orbiting, So you just have the sun one spot in the sky all summer. I think that's what it would be. I mean, you'd have day and night if you're spinning, but you would just have the sun. Yeah, right? And so you would just have like hot season and cold season. There wouldn't be any like... I'm just trying to understand their model. I'm not trying to say that's reality or anything. But it is a pretty interesting model they got. I think it's pretty good, really. But it's not true. It's not what reality is. I mean, we know that for several reasons. I mean, we live in a very magical place. But check it out. If we were on a ball that was spinning in one direction as we're going around the sun and everything, standing on that ball that's spinning in one direction, you point your camera at the sky at nighttime, you leave the shutter open, and you're going to get some trails of the lights trailing by as you're spinning. You're standing on a ball, right? And it's spinning. So there's an axis point. Everywhere else on that ball, the axis point is where you're going to travel the least. You're going to be like just maybe turning in a circle, but you're not going to be going like when you're anywhere else in that ball, you're spinning and you're going around. You're going somewhere. You're actually traveling, but at the axis point, you're just kind of spinning in a circle. You're not really going anywhere necessarily. So what I'm saying is, anywhere on that ball that you're spinning, if you point the camera up at the sky as you're spinning, and you're going to leave the shutter open, so those lights that are moving overhead, they're going to trail by you and leave these lines as they pass over you, right? You're going to be able to capture those lines because you got the shutter open. You're capturing the light as it passes over you. Now imagine this. You're on a ball. It's spinning in one direction. You point the camera up at the sky. As they're moving, you're going to get some lines in the sky, right? Lines. It doesn't matter where you point your camera while you're on that ball spinning in one direction. As the sky goes by because you're spinning, those lights in the sky are going to trail by. They're going to make lines in the sky. It doesn't matter where you point them. And you might get some, some like sort of messy photos here and there, but like there wouldn't be a situation where you could find the North Star wherever you are, as long as you're in an area where you can see the North Star, point it at the North Star and get perfect circles, concentric circles. You'd have to be at the axis point to get that. if you really were on a ball spinning, point your camera up at the sky, you're not going to get perfect circles. There wouldn't be no way. You wouldn't be able to point at the pole star and get perfect circle. You're on a ball spinning in one direction. You point your camera at the sky. Doesn't matter where you are. You're not going to get those perfect circles until you get to the axis. Because you got to think about it. Like, there wouldn't be a place on Earth where you could get. Because here I am. I'm not anywhere near the North Pole, right? I'm in California, but I can see the pole star. I can see the North Star. So all I have to do is point my camera at the North Star, open the shutter, and let it roll, and I'm gonna get pictures of the perfect concentric circles the stars make. But I'm not anywhere near the axis point. Why should I be getting perfect circles like that when I'm way over on the side of this ball that's spinning in one direction? That doesn't make any sense, dude. It doesn't check out. It doesn't check out. It's like they see a ball shape when they see the stars, the way they go by, and there's two poles. They see them go in a different direction. They get this idea that, oh, we must be on a ball. Yeah, except for the fact that we're not on a ball. That's the only problem with that idea. You know, it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool idea, but the problem is that we're not on a ball. Yep. Just thought I'd leave that with you.